first, the real face of Obamacare. We've talked a lot about the effects of that law on ordinary Americans, but it's still jarring to see one of them actually explain what Obamacare has meant to her. This happened recently on a Google Hangout where citizens got to ask questions of the president, and this woman came forward and explained her experience with Obamacare. Watch this.
The rollout perhaps was premature. I'm probably not the only one who's had really a panicked experience lately trying to figure out if my 10-year-old son can continue with his specialist or not. And I know that I cannot keep my plan, which I liked, but as I'm trying to decide what to do going forward, I've spent weeks with days on the phone getting confidently delivered wrong answers, conflicting information. What are you doing to fix this or simplify what seems to be such a complicated process?
Oh, it's this. No, it's this. No, it's this. So all these people confidently giving the wrong answer. And she basically said it's pretty easy to realize that a lot of these different agencies, most of the ones she talked to, are having a hard time making sense of these new rules. Not only are they upset about losing their plans, but navigating the websites and not being happy with the policies that are out there. So what did the president say in response to this Kentucky mother? Listen.
What I'll do first right away is make sure that somebody out of here, this White House, calls you directly, and I promise you, not only will they be confident, but it'll be the right answer.
So that's the response for this woman. She's lucky enough to have gotten on a Google Hangout, which just a few people did, by the way, have a conversation with the president to get to the bottom of her health care problems, and then get a phone call back. So when somebody's sitting at home watching that this morning who's had a similar problem, saying, how I'm not going to get that same customer care. I have to wait for the president to make sure that someone in his office gives me a call.
But it's the perfect Obama response. It's good to be king. This is like, you know, the Sultan waiting for all the serfs to line up on Saturday afternoon with their grievances, and he graciously, magnanimously grants exceptions to this guy and this guy. If you're lucky enough to have an audience with the monarch, you can get a special carve-out. How about the rest of us? How about the other 315 million people who are getting shafted because of Obamacare?
Well, maybe House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi can have a response and an answer to why this rollout has been a debacle. She sat down with Jon Stewart on The Daily Show, and Jon Stewart pressed her on exactly why this has been such a problematic rollout. Listen.
Okay, we are going to set up a healthcare website that is an exchange. People are going to come to it. Right. Why is it so hard to get a company to execute that competently?
I don't know. And as one who works very hard. No, and that's my question.
Well, let me get the House Minority Leader here. I can ask her. Hold on. No. Wait, what do you mean you don't know? Well, how do you not know?
Well, it's not my responsibility.
Not her responsibility. Then she goes on to say this actual legislation that makes life better for people was our contribution to the future.
Except it doesn't make life better for people, and it's not her responsibility to make sure that it does. All her responsibility is just to twist people's arms to get it through the Congress, but the consequences, not my responsibility.
Right, when Henry Waxman, who now knows is retiring, was asked the same question about the legacy of Obamacare, he said, I'm very thrilled with Obamacare. It's going to have a lasting legacy. He's running away from the mess he created, and Pelosi will be gone soon. By the way, you don't see a lot of other channels featuring Nancy Pelosi stories, because she's such an embarrassment to the Democratic Party. Let us know what you think about her response to Jon Stewart on The Daily Show. Friends at FoxNews.com.
He looked surprised by it, didn't he?
Yeah.
But he
I don't know.
kind of
he's been cheerleading for Obama all these years. He's got some repenting to do, I would say.
All right, we do have